What is going on YouTube? It is your boy MrBaboon back with a reaction video. This time we are reacting to Attack of the Dead Men. So we're going to react to this. I don't know anything about this, but we're going to learn about it. We're going to react to it. We're going to, all that good stuff like we always do. So with that being said, make sure you do check the description. I do got the video and the channel link down below if you guys want to check it out. With that being said, we're going to jump into this reaction. So, let's get a like.
It's a foggy night on August the 6th, 1915, and in the trenches near Auschwitz fortress, the Russian Empire is facing off against the Germans in what is now modern-day Poland. Lieutenant Kotlinski's boots sink in the mud as he patrols the trenches of his company. He's the 13th company commander, assigned to the Auschwitz fortress, a stronghold protecting a choke point in the border. Tired men line the trench, many ill with trench foot and lice. Artillery fire rains down on the fortress behind them, the thunder of explosions keeping the exhausted soldiers awake. In the distance, their enemies prepare for the battle. They are about to unleash a hideous and terrible weapon, a new way to cut down the defenders en masse. On the signal, German soldiers release a huge cloud of chlorine gas. There's a tailwind, and the gas starts to roll towards the unsuspecting defenders, drifting, clawing at the air. It's a wall of death that silently sucks the life of any unfortunate man or beast that's enveloped by its green clinging embrace. As silent as the grave, it forms pools of smog as it pours over and into ditches and craters. In the Russian-held trenches, a sentry shouts, "Gas!" The men stand up and look over the parapet. On the other side, they see the nightmares of every soldier, a massive wall of dark green fog looming ever closer. The soldiers panic. They have no gas masks. The men desperately rush to fabricate makeshift masks. They take bandages and rags, urinate them, and put them over their nose and mouths. Some can't and use water instead, and others are left desperately trying to get the materials they need as the cloud of death approaches ever closer. Kotlinski's chest feels tight and the air around him starts to burn. He holds his mask tight to his face and closes his eyes. The gas rolls over the trench and the pain skyrockets. Men cry and scream around him, their lungs and skin burning away. He can do nothing but hold his mask tight and hope as the screams of his comrades fall quiet, one by one. He collapses, his strength slowly and painfully withering away. A German soldier advances through the fog, surrounded by his countrymen. Once a kill zone, now they approach eerily unopposed. A complete and utter silence has fallen upon the battlefield, only broken by the sounds of their own boots stepping on the mud. His chest still hurts, gas still lingers in the air. Trench lines and fortifications face down his unit through the fog, like hunting specters, but nothing ever fires at them. His fellow soldiers cut a path through the rat's nest of barbed wire, and the unit keeps moving. They reach the first trench and see the devastation. Bodies of men covering their mouths, huddling in corners, some fallen outside the trenches as they tried to flee. It's complete devastation. His unit finds a Russian soldier sunken in the trench, barely clinging on to life. The German looks away as he can't bear to watch as a fellow soldier puts the Russian out of his misery. his blade probably bringing more mercy than doom upon the poor soul. Now, tentatively and on edge, the unit resumed the advance. They cross over the second line of trenches, still no resistance, but more death. Then, as they approach the reserve trench, they see some movement through the fog. The Germans stop. Ghosts stalk them, more figures in the fog, and the sounds of steps in the mud reach their ears. Suddenly, a figure appears from the fog walking towards them. Emerging from the mist is a Russian. At least that's what they think it is. It's difficult to tell. The German soldier's blood runs cold. That isn't alive. That man is dead. Then more figures appear from the fog, and more, and more. It's a horde of twisted, broken bodies. The dead are walking. The terrified German drops his rifle and runs for his life. Kotlinski leads the charge with all the strength he has left. He falls upon the first German he sees. His comrades quickly join, and together they take the fight to the enemy with their bayonets. The two lines clash in a chaotic and brutal melee, and bullets fly through it all. There's no order, no plan, only the most pure, deep hatred fueling the soldiers. The shot Germans fall into disarray. Many flee the scene. The remaining fight for their lives. Both sides lose men as the battle goes on, but the terrifying visage and unwavering resolve of the dead men proves overwhelming. The Germans fall back under heavy resistance. Men from other companies join into the brawl, and artillery rains down on the rear of the German position. Kotlinski charges the first captured trench, bayonet in hand, but he's struck by a bullet on his side. He collapses on the muddy terrain as the rest of his men pass by him, charging on ahead. The Germans within are quickly dispatched, and a soldier drags Kotlinski to safety. He's heavily wounded and unable to fight. Bleeding profusely, he sees Lieutenant Strzemiński, a brave Polish sapper from one of the companies. Kotlinski calls for him and cedes his command to the soldier. Strzemiński solemnly takes the position, salutes his commander, and leaves to continue the attack. Strzemiński rejoins his comrades as the charge turns from a fight to the last man to a successful counterattack. The Germans are fleeing, and the Russian soldiers rapidly retake the defensive lines. In the trenches, they find hundreds of their fallen comrades. This invigorates the dead men, their fury and hatred demanding revenge. Strzemiński leads the charge to the last trench under control of the Germans. They breach it and mercilessly dispatch the enemy. With the retaking of the last trench line, the counterattack comes to an end, every enemy either dead or having fled back into the fog from which they came. Strzemiński said, "I cannot describe the bitterness and fury with which our soldiers marched against the German poisoners."
Karabiny, broń maszynowa, ani ciężkie szrapnele nie były w stanie powstrzymać ataku oszalałych żołnierzy. Wyczerpani, zatruci, biegli tylko w celu zmiażdżenia Niemców. Nikt nie zostawał w tyle, nikogo nie trzeba było poganiać. Nie było pojedynczych bohaterów, kompanie działały jak jedna osoba, ożywione tylko jednym celem, jedną myślą. Umrzeć, ale zemścić się na nikczemnych trucicielach.
The attack of the dead men, while a valiant revenge against a terrible weapon, would ultimately be in vain. The Russians were forced to abandon the fortress under threat of encirclement just 2 weeks later. Lieutenant Vladimir Kotlinski died from his injuries the evening of the attack. Under his command, he had rallied the remains of his and another unit and led them to charge at the right moment in time. He was posthumously awarded the Order of St. George, 4th grade, for his valiant actions on that fateful day. He was just 21 years old.
Damn.
Lieutenant Władysław Strzemiński was awarded the Sword of St. George for his bravery during the attack. He continued to serve and would suffer many injuries throughout the war, but he survived and went on to become an influential artist in Poland, his homeland. He died peacefully on December the 28th, 1952.
So he became shit. Damn. Is there anything else?
If you have
Okay, I think that's it. I mean, that was a really good video. I'd never heard about that before. So that was definitely good. Holy shit. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. Damn. Like, I mean, even the poisonous gas. I mean, it definitely did get, I'm guessing, a good bit of the men. But they still did it. I mean, that's just crazy to think about. Because, I mean, that whole time they was fighting after the gas, like, the poison gas was released and shit, right? I mean, they was definitely most likely probably still in pain. Like, skin was probably boning, the lungs was boning, like, I mean, and they still kept going. Damn. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are down below in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you guys did enjoy. I will see you guys in the next video. That is going to do it for this video, so make sure you guys do all that stuff. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the video. It was really well made video. Check the description. I will have the video and the channel link down below if you guys want to check the video or the channel out yourselves. You guys can. I will see you guys in the next one. Positivity is key. Motivation is key. Happiness is key. I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys stay safe. Watch out for each other. I'll see you guys in the next one.